Can parrots really outtalk your toddler? It's time to get to know these amazing birds better. So let's start. Most parents have had this experience at least once. You're trying to explain something to your child or ask them a simple question, but they keep interrupting you with a constant chatter. This is usually quite annoying, but it's also a good reminder that your child is learning to communicate with you and the world around them. It's important to remember that children develop at their own pace. So do we not worry if your little one isn't chatting away quite yet. Just keep talking to them, and they will eventually start talking back. But did you know there are some animals that can outtalk your toddler? Yes, believe it or not, there are some birds that can actually talk more than your little ones. We're talking about parrots. Parrots are known for their ability to mimic human speech, and they can do it better than any other animal. Some people even say that parrots are the only animals that can actually talk. So how does this work? Well, parrots have special vocal cords that allow them to imitate sounds. They can also learn new words and phrases by listening to humans. And they have an amazing memory, so they can remember what they've learned for a long time. Now, you might be wondering just how many words can a parrot learn? Well, some parrots can learn up to 1,000 words and phrases. That's more than most toddlers. Parrots don't just learn words, they can also put them together to form sentences. This means that a parrot can literally outtalk your toddler. But this isn't the only reason why parrots are so chatty. Parrots are social creatures, and they need to communicate with each other in order to survive. In the wild, they use calls to warn each other of danger or to attract a mate. When they're kept as pets, they need to communicate with their owners in some way. So instead of using calls, they mimic human speech. This is how parrots become such great talkers. Now, you might be thinking that a parrot would make a great pet for a family with a toddler. After all, they could play together and learn from each other. But this isn't always the case. Parrots can be very destructive, and they can also live for a long time, up to 80 years. This means that you're making a big commitment when you get a parrot as a pet. If you're not prepared for this, it's best to get a different type of bird. But now, let's meet the parrots that can outtalk your toddler. Polly want a cracker. Most people know this famous line from the movie Polly. In this movie, a parrot named Polly causes chaos when he moves in with a human named John. Polly learns how to speak English, and he uses his new skills to get what he wants. He's a very clever bird, but he's also very naughty. Ollie says things that he shouldn't, and he often gets into trouble because of it.
Oh.
But despite all of his problems, Polly is a very lovable character, and we can't help but laugh at his antics. And while Polly may be a fictional character, there are real parrots that can talk just as well as him. In fact, there's a parrot named Charlie who can talk even better than Polly. Charlie is a gray parrot, and he's able to repeat over 1,000 words and phrases. He can also understand what he's saying and respond accordingly. For example, if someone asks him how he's doing, Charlie will say that he's fine. Or if someone tells him to go away, Charlie will fly off in a huff. Charlie is so smart that he's basically like having a second brain in the house. Timon and Pumbaa. If you've ever seen The Lion King, then you'll remember the hilarious duo of Timon the meerkat and Pumbaa the warthog. These two friends were always getting into trouble, but they always had each other's backs. One of the most memorable scenes in the movie is when Timon and Pumbaa try to teach Simba, the lion, how to be a carefree young man. They sing a song called Hakuna Matata, which means no worries. Timon and Pumbaa lived by this motto, and they never let anything bring them down. This was a stark contrast to Simba, who was constantly worried about his responsibilities as a future king. Timon and Pumbaa were able to show Simba the importance of living in the moment and not worrying about the future. They taught him how to relax and enjoy life, and this ultimately helped him to become a better leader. And while Timon and Pumbaa are fictional characters, there are real parrots that are just as funny. In fact, there's a parrot named Bud who can make anyone laugh. Bud is a cockatiel, and he's known for his hilarious sense of humor. He can tell jokes, do impressions, and even make funny faces. Bud is so funny that he's been featured on several TV shows, including Good Morning America and The Late Show with David Letterman. Rio. Rio is a 2011 animated movie about a domesticated blue macaw named Blue, who lives in Minnesota. Blue has never seen another macaw in his life, as he was hatched in captivity, but one day he meets a female macaw named Jewel, and they set off on an adventure to Rio de Janeiro. Along the way, they learn about the importance of friendship, family, and protecting the environment. Rio is a beautiful movie with stunning animation and a great soundtrack. It's a fun movie for the whole family to enjoy. And while Rio is a fictional character, there are real parrots that are just as beautiful. In fact, there's a parrot named Kiwi who is considered to be the most beautiful parrot in the world. Kiwi is a kakapo, which is a rare species of parrot that's found only in New Zealand. There are only about 150 kakapos left in the world, so Kiwi is a very lucky bird. Kiwi is also very handsome with his bright green feathers and his thick white beak. He's definitely a bird worth talking about, the Lorax. The Lorax is a 2012 animated movie based on the Dr. Seuss book of the same name. The movie is set in a world where trees have been cut down and the environment is in ruins. A young boy named Ted Wiggins sets off on a quest to find the one man who can restore the environment to its former glory. Along the way, he meets a grumpy but lovable creature named the Lorax, who becomes his guide. The Lorax teaches Ted about the importance of protecting the environment and standing up for what you believe in. The Lorax is a great movie with a strong message. It's a reminder that we need to take care of the planet and that one person can make a difference. And while the Lorax is a fictional character, there are real parrots that are just as grumpy. In fact, there's a parrot named Gus, who's known for his bad attitude. Gus is a gray parrot, and he has a very foul mouth. He's also very aggressive, and has been known to bite people. Gus is definitely not a bird for everyone, but his owner wouldn't trade him for the world. Gus may be a handful, but he's also very smart and can solve complex puzzles. He's also very affectionate towards his owner, even though he shows it in his own unique way. We hope you enjoyed learning about some of the chattiest parrots in the world. Which parrot was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more amazing bird videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.